Hello, my name is Ketan. I am presenting my paper ID of 242 at ICGCET 2018. My paper is on performance analysis of bioorthogonal filter designed using lifting based screen for underwater medical image transmission. So in today's class I will be talking about the introduction, design and modeling, lifting screen, mathematical modeling, results, conclusion and future enhancement. Basically, introduction is required for image compression. We know that the medical images are usually bulky, very large, and contains a lot of information. It has to be transmitted or stored or to be viewed in the later stage. Hence, we require the image to be compressed, and also it has to be stored, and also it has to be transmitted. So in this particular paper, I'll be talking about how this particular image, especially the medical image, is compressed and it is transmitted. Also, in the last page, I'll be showing about how it is. So coming to the next part, that's the designing model. Here, I'll be taking the image, the project design flow. In that, the first image will be taken and updated into grayscale image. Then I will be updating with the wavelet. Then I am updating with a bioorthogonal filter, and then I am coding. Then I am sending that particular image in a channel. So that particular image will be a compressed image. Then I am going to use the decoder to decode the compressed image, which is a C. Then I am going to use the inverse wavelet to find out the final output. So here in this complete picture, you can make out that the image is transmitted and how it is compressed, how it is retrieved back. Basically, we require to know what is the main idea here. So my main idea is about the lifting screen. So here in the lifting screen we have three different parts called split, predict and update. So every pixel is split into even and odd, then it's predicted to nearest value and then updated to form Sj-1 and Bj-1. So this Sj and Bj-1 is modeled as shown over in the architectural design. The same architectural design which is shown is updated into a systematic FSM, which is as shown in the next sequencing graph. In the sequencing graph, I have shown that there are three different time stamps which is required to update the final value. So here is the main problem of the paper, where I have taken this particular time constraint and updated, and also the area constraint. If you see, many adders or exhaust gates are usually required to update it. So what I have done is, so I have modeled and updated by using the mathematical model analysis and obtained the modified mathematical equation to get the same output with the lesser adders, which is as shown in the sequencing graph in the next design. Coming to the implementation part, how it's implemented is, the original sequence is passed on to the two sequences, that is shift register. So basically I am using the shift registers for storing the hot sequencing and event sequencing. The shift registers as shown over here is only 4 bits, but usually I will be taking about 8 to 16 bits, and then it's passed on to a flip-flop or a register which can store the data sequentially, and then sequentially after every data has been stored, is given the multiplier. The multiplier is going to multiply the two data, that is next sequence and the obtained sequence, and then it's again stored in the next clock cycle. So that's the timer 2. The third timer, then the data is added and we obtain the output di and the output si. So this is the implementation control sequence which is implemented in this particular paper. So now the results part. First I have taken the original image, as I said, it will be converted to grayscale and then modified. Then it's passed on to the one stage transform. Then I am applying the bioorthogonal filter, decoded output, inverse DWT. So this is the sequencing steps which is done for an initial data called skull image, that is MRI image. Now I will be showing about the three different images which I have taken. The medical image, that is MRI, CT scan and TAP. And here is the results of all these three images, how the data is transmitted in each step, how much we are going to obtain, what is MSC and what is the depth of pixel, when it's compressed. So when I use the wavelet called HAR, the compression method, what I use is FIT. The MSC is 144 and you can see the fit per pixel is 4.93 for the MRI image. And for the bioorthogonal filter, which I actually modified it, so you can see that the wavelet, if I use the bioorthogonal and the compression method is SPW, I'll be getting about 41.64, which is quite better compared to the other methods. And when I updated with the R wavelet with lifting based thing, which is the modified one, I am obtaining about 70.49 compression, which is actually very good. When I compare to the CT image, CT scan, so you can see the R wavelet and the lifting compression method is going to be 51.16 compression. That fit per pixel is 3.59, and also PSNR is 52, which is not bad. And coming to the next one, X-ray image, you can see the R lifting scheme is getting 49.85, which is not bad, but R EZW is giving a quite a good compression over X-ray images. Typically, for all the images, the R lifting scheme will not be the perfect output, but it stands out in its own output. So coming to the next part, calculation of MSC, PSNR, CTG or compression ratio for different medical images. When we obtained the input like this, and we had compression ratio of 73, 49, which I have plotted over here, and I've calculated the SNR and GER. We found out that its SNR was quite high and the error ratio was very low, so as shown in this particular signal output. So conclusion, so I'll be concluding that the bioorthogonal filter using lifting scheme provides a very good compression, and this particular architecture was implemented onto a very long module where we topped the frequency with 252.89 MHz. That was the fastest where it achieved its speed and obtained its low power for 0.369 watts. And also by using the MATLAB results, we obtained the highest compression ratio for MR image, that's 73.49, which is actually very good. And also we have reduced the area complexity also. So we have optimized the most of the performance by updating it. Future enhancements, what we can do is, instead of using R wavelet, this can be replaced with the DPCWT and DBEWT. So this can be used for that. Compression ratio can be used by deploying the advanced wavelet with lifting scheme. So that's my thing. So coming to the references, I have used most of the references from Venkat Narayan. It's a international journal for signal processing, and that's the second one, and many of the references are shown. So thank you.